Hey Calculus kids, this is Dr. Callahan for week 3 Thursday. This is your warm-up, so go ahead and get started with that. First question says, where do you want to go to have fun in Reno? Question number 2, list 3 limits that are non-existent, draw a picture of each. And number 3, if you can give 3 advice to the freshman class, what would it be? All right, I'm gonna kind of go over this from yesterday because you guys have this as one of the classwork practices, and since we just started talking about limits, I want to make sure you guys have a pretty good understanding of this. So take a look at number A, or letter A. As x approaches 0, you want to make sure you approach 0 from the left side and approach 0 on the right side. So as I approach here to 0 on the left side, it looks like my y value is going to be 1. And if I approach it on the right side, it still looks like it's 1. So it's pretty consistent, and I can say that definitively that my answer is probably going to be 1. Now, on the other hand, B, x approaches -3. So here's 1, 2, 3. As I'm approaching this on the left side, it looks like it's about positive 1/2. And if I'm approaching on the right side, it's also about positive 1/2. Or, you know what? Hold on a second. It would be 1/2, except I'm not on negative, I'm on positive. So 1, 2, 3, right here. As I'm approaching from the left side, it looks like it's at 0. Approaching from the right side, it's at 0. So my answer is definitely be 0. C, x approaches 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With this one, it's a little bit tricky because as x is approaching 4 on the left side, it is at 1. However, as x is approaching 4, on the right side, if you look over here, it is going to be at, the f of x is going to be at 2. And because these two are not consistent, it does not exist. And you'll just put the reason for that is different behavior from left to right, because they need to be consistent. All right, let's go ahead and go for the next ones. F of -2 is saying when x equals -2, what is the y value equal to? So -2 is 1, 2. It's an open set, so you're gonna go down here, so your y value is actually -1. Let's try that one more time. Okay, so -1. And the next one is as x approaches -2, so here is -2. You are going to have to do this from the left side and the right side. From the left side, it's going to be at 0. From the right side, it's at -1. So it does not exist because it's different behavior from left to right. -3, 1, 2, 3. As I'm approaching it, it is at +1. 2, 1, 2. It's going to be at 0. As x approaches 1, 2, 3, it is going to be at 1. And as x is, well, actually with this one, hold on a second. We should go ahead and change that one. When x is at 3, it is at 1. But as x is approaching 3, on the left side, it is actually down here at -2. And then when I approach it from the right side, it is also here at -2. So that's actually at -2. You'll learn that this is actually not continuous, which is something we haven't talked about yet. As x approaches -1.34, it is going to be at -1. And over here on the next one, here we go. X approaches -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the left side, it looks like it is at +2. Right side, +2. X approaches -3. 1, 2, 3. Positive infinity. On the right side, positive infinity. So you can say positive infinity when x is exactly at -5. So this is saying when x is at -5, what is your y value? So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly at 5, it is going to be at +1. What is your limit as x approaches 0? It will be, it looks like, I don't know, 1.25 maybe? When x approaches 2, 1, 2, when I'm reaching from the left side, it is at +1, but when I'm approaching on the right side, if you look at it, it dips down here to -1. So I have a +1 and a -1 does not exist. When g equals 2, so g of 2, so when x equals 2, what is the y value? Well, let's see, 1, 2, it is at like 1.5 maybe? And what is a g when x is approaching the 3? 1, 2, 3. So from the left side, as x is approaching the 3, it is down here at -2. When x is approaching from the right side, it's also at -2. And that is your answer. Here are some of the extra practices, and I have the answers for you. You can pause it and take a look at them. All right, so for today, we're going to talk about how to graph limits with the equation and how to equation the graph of limit in reverse. We're going to do a practice of 6 different examples in class. Video guided notes is right here. You actually have the video guided notes so you just need to go ahead and click on this link to go ahead and see the video itself. And then I have a quizzes. So let's take a look at your guided notes for today. So turn over to week 3, Thursday. Here are some extra practices for you guys. This is the one where you're doing the reverse of the limits. So I'm basically giving you, like for right here, I should say that last time we talked about this, here's the graph. I'm gonna give you the graph. You tell me what the limit is. So today we're gonna do the reverse of that. So rather than me giving the graph, I want you to draw the graph and I'm gonna give you all the hints of what the limit is equal to. And so you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4 different practices. Or actually 4 different practices where you draw the limit, and then 2 different practices where I give you the graph and you tell me what the limit is. So make sure you guys practice with us and fill this out. So you can pause the video, go ahead and do that. Next, what you have is your guided notes. Usually I lecture on one topic. So we talked about how to graph a limit using table method, chart method, and then also with a graph. We talked about how limits fail to exist. So we did that on one of the days, and then today I always kind of like reinforce it with like a video day for a second day. So this is your guided notes right here, okay? And if you need to watch the video, right here is the video. It's on your guided notes as well. And then if you need a Unit 1 summary, I have a second video right here. So type that in, and then you can go ahead and watch it. I will highly suggest that you attempt to do this on your own first, and then if you get stuck or something, then go on to the video and fast forward to the answers if you need to. Okay, you should be done with these 6 problems. So I'm gonna go over the answers with you guys. You can pause the video to take a look at them. Now with this one, your picture might look a little bit different than mine, but this is mine. If you need to check the rest of the answers, go to the Google Doc right here, and I will have that available for you. Capital D, capital Z. With that said, that pretty much summarizes everything. Make sure you guys fill this part out with the video notes, the 6 different practices problems, and have a great day, you guys.